Hi dolls, today we are going to be talking about goal setting as we go into the new year and making sure that we have a plan in action. But this is going to be a goal setting video unlike any other. We definitely want to be realistic with our goal setting so that we're not setting ourselves up for failure. So I want to just be talking about how to set realistic goals going into the new year. So I think as goal setters, we tend to just like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. I'm going to start it right on January the 1st. No, girl. Know that January the 1st is not the first day of the rest of your life when it comes to the new year. Okay, you can set goals and start off at any time. You can start them now. You could start in February so that you don't have the anxiety, because I feel like goal setting and all that's done, that push for 2025 or the next year, it just creates anxiety and gets everybody stressed out for the new year. And I think that it is off-putting. It's just like, why goal setting is not a new year thing. It's just a great time to reevaluate and to have a fresh start for a lot of things. But once one year ends and another year starts, it does not mean that you have to completely restart your life or restart everything that you have going, or just make a mad dash to redo everything or to do a bunch of stuff. So we have to get out of the mindset that a new year, new you, and all of that. Yes, it's great to have goals. It's great to set new intentions as you push a new year, but it does not have to be something that's so stressful. It's just so anxiety creating. It's so tense that we are looking at the new year as something of a negative, right? Because having to think, oh, I have all these new things I need to accomplish, I need to set goals, I need to plan out my whole year before it starts, is definitely something that can be overwhelming and stressful, and we want to eliminate that. So first and foremost, we have to stop looking at the new year as just the reset, where you're resetting your life, you're pushing a button, everything is canceled, and everything new begins on day 1 of January. Because that is not how it's supposed to be. January is a great place and a great time to reevaluate and to reset some things in your life, but it does not have to be a stressful time to where you're feeling overwhelmed to get a bunch of stuff done as soon as the new year starts, and just to have everything planned out for the next 12 months. Like, girl, let's be real, okay? As people that are really doing life, you know, have a lot of things going on, we know that it's not always feasible. It is not feasible to have all of these things that we have to mark off of our list and achieve in order to feel successful or to feel like we are on the right path for the next year. We have to step back and realize that the new year, yes, although it's a great time to reset, it doesn't have to be so stressful. Today, I just want to talk about some things, how to go into the next part of your chapter, the subsequent months, expectations that are adjustable, they're realistic, they're flexible, how to be flexible, and how to enjoy your new year without being overwhelmed, without feeling like a failure by January 31st when things are not coming along the way that you feel like they should be coming along. Especially if you're watching a bunch of people who are just at it, or recording videos that are saying that they're at it, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're showing you their fitness plan. Girl, they got the new aloe sets on, they're in the gym, they're hitting hard, and there you are looking and you're like, oh my gosh, I haven't started my workout journey, I haven't started my fitness journey, I'm behind doing it, I'm not gonna make it. You know, it's like, time out. Like, time out, let's be for real. Let's talk about it, and let's get a plan in action that is realistic and that we can actually achieve going into the subsequent months. I'm not even gonna say into the new year, because this becomes so taboo that everything has to be done, everything has to be set before you start January 1. And it's like, no, girl, we over here, we're real boss babe. We are real feminine goddess doing life for real, and that is not the way that we're gonna do it. We're gonna go in with a calm spirit. We're gonna go in with the right mentality, the right mindset, and we're gonna do what we need to do, and it's going to happen because we say it's gonna happen. God is good, and because we are being for real about what we need to achieve. So let's talk about it. Why are you putting yourself under that pressure? Take your time. You don't have to have the whole year planned out just because it's a new year. You don't have to have it started on the first day of the year. You can start your goals or restart and restart whenever you want. You know, you have to do what's best for you. So if you know that you tend to get overwhelmed or feel like, oh my God, I don't have my new planner inserts, I don't have my goals laid out for the year, and it is December the 31st, it's okay. Take a deep breath. Know that you have time. Don't set unrealistic expectations or boundaries on yourself, because it's only setting yourself up for failure, and we are about success, so we don't want to do that to ourselves. Okay, so take your time, set things off the way that you want to set them off, and you move accordingly. Adjust as you need to adjust. If you need to say, hey, you know what, walking 10,000 steps every day is not working for me. So it doesn't mean that I failed. It doesn't mean that I cannot still achieve success. It just means that maybe I'll do that one time a week to get started. And maybe I'm not starting it right on January the 1st. Maybe I'll start that in February. You know, maybe I'll spend some time just coming down from the holidays and all of the excitement of that. And I'll start to do some things like maybe one new goal per week on February the 1st. Okay, I'm gonna give myself some time and grace, because I know that goal setting, it takes time. It's not immediate, and so I don't have to have 10 pounds lost in January in order to be successful. I can start my weight loss journey and still get there all the way before the summer, and if not the summer, the fall, then I'm gonna do that. I can do that, and give yourself some grace and some leeway to be successful. Okay, I think goal setting and being successful in the new year is all about giving yourself grace and being realistic. Okay, there are so many ways to achieve success without it being like immediate and a January 1st thing. So first, we got to get out of the mindset that all goals start on January the 1st, and if they don't start on January the 1st, or if you get to January the 31st, the end of the month, and you haven't started your goals, or it's not going the way you thought, then you are a failure, abort, give up the goals. And it's like, no, that is absolutely not true. That is absolutely not what we're gonna do. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna be realistic. We're gonna write some things down when we feel like writing them down, and then we're gonna execute maybe 1, 2, or 3 at a time, and we'll work through our list. Maybe we'll do 3 in the month of January, or start 3 in the January, and then let them continue for 30 days. And then we're gonna revisit after 30 days and see if they're working out for us. Are they realistic? Do we need to adjust some things in order to be successful? So maybe after a month, you've noticed that going to the gym 7 days a week is not helping. It's not cutting it. So you can modify that and be more realistic with yourself and what your goals are. You see the end goal, you have a start, and then you adjust as you go along. That is how you properly plan out your goals, and you definitely assure success is by being mindful, the word of the year I know, by being cognizant or aware of what you're trying to do and how you're going to get there. So give yourself some grace. Know that not everything is built in a day. Rome was not built in a day. So you don't have to have everything off your checklist by the summertime, or by even next December. You know, sometimes it takes longer. Like if you're on a weight loss journey, you may not be seeing the 20 pounds coming off as fast as you thought. So maybe your goal extends out past the summertime. Maybe you're not summertime fine or ready for the summer, bikini ready, and that's okay. I mean, if you continue your goals, you will definitely be closer to it than if you had not started. So you got to just think like, let's be realistic. Okay, you know, all of these winter arcs and just things that people do on Instagram and social, it's cool, it's nice, but we also want to be realistic with what we're doing and not setting ourselves up for failure. So definitely giving yourself grace, taking time out, tracking your goals, and revisiting your goals at, you know, maybe at the end of each week or the month, and adjusting as necessary will definitely get you a lot further with your planning and your goal setting than if not. Do not rush to finish. It's not a race. It's definitely a marathon, and the marathon is not always over in a year or the new year. Sometimes the goals extend out, and that is totally okay. As long as you're hitting your goal, why does it matter if you completed that by August or the summertime or the next quarter or even this time next year? You can continue that out and be on a really good, healthy, goal-oriented journey just the same. Okay, so some things just to kind of kick off your goals, or just to give you some ideas that are all in one place that you can put on your goal list. Of course, our health and fitness. We always want to make sure that we're eating really good foods. Cutting out sugar is such an extremely good one and a quick, easy way to lose weight. You dolls, I cut out sugar including carbs, because I was under the mindset like sugar, like desserts, coffees, things with sweeteners, but my doctor was like, carbs are also sugar. Cut out carbs as well and you will see a change in your weight. And he was so right. It was just like something so simple. It's like, duh, but for some reason it just didn't register for me, because I'm thinking, okay, if I'm eating, you know, toast or some carbs, it's whole wheat, and whole grains are good grains, and those are good to eat. So if I'm eating my avocado toast, which I was doing daily, it's a whole wheat, then that's good, right? But no, it's still a carb. It's sugar, bread, carbs, all of that breaks down. It turns on the sugar during your digestion. So all of the avocado toast girlies like me, it's just like, no, I needed to cut out the avocado toast. Just do the avocado with the egg, no toast, no breads, no carbs. And you guys, I'm telling you, I lost like 4 or 5 pounds the first, I started it, I would say first 2 weeks. And I know it was just by incorporating cutting out carbs, things that I wasn't looking at as carbs. The poppy sodas, that really was another one that I was thinking, oh, it's digestion, it's my digestion health, gut health, it's just one soda, it's a healthy soda, but it's still sugar, it's still, you know, a sugary beverage. Even though we're looking at it like it's healthy or it's got some health benefits, it's definitely still something that is not being aware of what you're eating and what exactly how it's affecting your body is definitely something to be conscious of, just as you're getting just more wise. No matter your age, whether you're an older gal, younger gal, we want to be mindful of what we're eating. We want to be aware of what we're eating, what we're putting in our body, and how it's affecting our diet. Because it was just like, there's no way that I'm in the gym, I'm doing cardio every day, I'm on the treadmill, I'm walking, I'm getting steps and stuff in, but the scale is not moving. And I'm telling you that when I cut out sugar, I saw a lot of like that inflammation, just the puffiness that I was always seeing, like with having to over contour. And I'm thinking, okay, it's just, you know, stress or the weight's not coming off. But it's like, no, a lot of the things that we are told that are healthy or that we are consuming because they are healthy for us, like poppies. I know I was definitely on a poppy kick and feeling like, okay, I'm gonna, you know, have that and it's okay, or I'll do like a half a can one night, another half the other night, and it's like, no, that's still sugar. That is still putting on like calories, is still putting on weight. Avocado toast is another big one. Starbucks, oh my goodness, that was definitely one that I had to curb. And you know, even though I'm doing like a smaller size, I saw some improvements there, but it was just like, I have to totally cut that out if I want to make sure my insulin resistance stays where it needs to be, and cut calories, cut extra weight off the body, and not have to work so hard, you know, because you still want to be exercising and moving your body, but you don't want to have to just work so hard and not see the results that you need to see. So make sure that you are aware of your body, things that you can cut out of your diet to increase your weight loss, because I know that that's definitely a goal that tends to be on everybody's goal list for the year, every single year. Eating better, getting more exercise, and having a healthier balance. I think journaling is great because you can write things out, scripting, goal setting, having a place where you can write out your goals for the year, for the month, for the week. Take it slow so you're not overwhelmed, but writing out overall goals and things are great ways to rebalance yourself and to stay focused and not to lose yourself as you're going through these different milestones in life, because there's so many and it's so easy to do and to get out of balance so quickly. Keeping your connection with God is definitely another one. Like I'm saying, we're created creatures. We didn't just appear here on earth. So just knowing that you are created, staying tied to your creator, and making sure that you connect with God on a day-to-day basis. That could be through prayer, for sure. You can do Bible study, again, journaling or scripting, and it can be specifically, if you don't have the words or you don't feel comfortable saying them, you can definitely write them out and have like just a prayer journal or a journal that's dear God, you know, and just write those things out. Meditation is another great form that connects us to God. It also centers us and balances us. So connecting with God through meditation, just through silence, is so powerful, and it's definitely something that you can do on a day-to-day basis. It's short-lived. You could do 5 minutes, you could do 10 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour, but you could definitely start off slow so that you're not overwhelmed with so many things to try to do. Walking outside is one thing that definitely has been a game changer for me. Just going for walks every day, 30 minutes walks. I start off like 10 minutes. Or I would go out, like if you're in the office, I would go out like on my breaks, or I just get up from my desk. I would go all the way back to the parking garage, which gave me extra steps. I would go out, I walk around, not in the parking garage, but like outside the parking garage, and just walk around like the perimeter of the building. If you're in like a safe place where you can walk, I got extra steps from that. And I definitely saw just improvements as far as like my energy levels, my steps going up, of course, for my body was getting more tone, and I was seeing more improvements, I would say, from walking than I did just get on the treadmill. I don't know, it's just maybe the terrain being not so balanced as a treadmill, and just being outside in nature too was helping for like stress relief. If I was having like an off day at work, which was like every single day that I was in my last office setting. So getting up from my desk and not just sitting there, I would go outside, not just eat at my desk all the time like I have been doing. I would get up, I would go out, sit on the bench outside, and just to take a break throughout the day, get into nature. That really helped with like relaxation, stress relief, balance. And I just really enjoyed it. So I do encourage, just, you know, get up, move around. I know it's movement is key, and they say that, and it just seems so cliche and so easy, but it's just so simple. I would walk downstairs, walk around a few times, and go back up, and I felt so refreshed. I was able to connect with like, hey, there is an outside world outside of this job, to remember who I was, and like, I'm not just in this machine. It's like, go outside, rebalance, recenter, and just reconnect. You can use that as your prayer time. I would put on like, you know, music that connected me to God. I would talk to God, and it was just a really nice experience. So you could definitely incorporate some walks if you're like in an office setting. If you're a mom, take your baby out for a walk, put up the baby in the stroller, go around the block a few times, go a bit longer each time, and increase your steps, your quantities, and set a goal. Like once you start to see that you can actually get the movement in, then go up. I would not say just start off with like go 10,000 steps per day, because 10,000 steps can be quite intimidating. I was one that was like, oh, 10,000 steps, 10,000 steps. And then I would be like walking, and I could not hit the 10,000 steps, and it was always like a bummer. It's like I really was enjoying my walks. I was really liking my walks. I felt good about the movement, the new movement that I was incorporating, but it was just that mindset of 10,000 steps and not achieving that on a consistent basis was like, man, I'm failing. You know, I'm walking, but I'm not hitting 10,000 steps. And it's like, you know, I had to look at it from like, okay, no, you're not hitting 10,000 steps, but you're getting 5,000 or 6,000. And then, you know, just keep working up. Maybe you go out an extra time, or go out another time in the evening, or double, you know, what you're doing. So if you walk, it gives you 5,000 steps. You get that like in 30 minutes. Then go for another 30-minute walk in the evening, or when you have time later in the day or earlier in the day, and then you get that total 10,000. And that's what I had to realize, is that if you can't go for the longer walks that give you that big goal of like 10,000 steps, then break it up. Do three 10-minute walks, or do smaller quantities, or do like 2 20-minute walks, or whatever it goes. 10,000 steps is just a recommendation. It's not even the total number of steps that you should have in a day. Like 10,000 steps is good, but it's not everything. Like I easily get well more than 10,000 steps, right? I'll go outside, I'll do an hour walk just at like a steady pace. I'll get 10,000 steps if I walk for an hour. But that is just an hour walk, right? So unless you're just like bedridden, or something the rest of the day, you should be getting more than 10,000 steps. So I go out, I walk 10,000 steps, but then if you're moving around your house, you're cleaning, you're going to the grocery store, or you do some other form of cardio or whatever, you should get more than 10,000 steps. I'll easily get like 12,000, 13,000 steps in a normal day, because you're going to walk somewhat throughout the day regardless. So you're going to get steps there, and then on top of your walk, you're going to have more than 10,000 steps. So if you get 10,000 steps outside, great. If you get 8 outside, if you get 6 outside, just remember that you also are moving, like to get around, just to function through the day. You're going to get more than just the 10,000 steps. So anything over your base goal is gravy. So you hit 8,000 outside, you come in, you do another 2 or 3 throughout the rest of the evening, then you know you hit your goal that way too. So just think about how you can achieve your goal. It doesn't all have to be in one sitting, and you don't have to do 10,000 steps a day to be as your mile marker. You can do other things. You can do cardio, you can do weight training, strengthening, which is really good for the body overall as well. You know, you can do weightlifting, push-ups, calisthenics, things of that nature. So try to vary your workouts too, so that you don't get bored, because working out can get boring. Walking 10,000 steps, if it's the same, you know, your neighborhood or something, try to vary that too. Because one thing I noticed is that I was hitting the 10,000, but I would tend to get bored. Like if I'm doing that same routine, I'm going around the lake in my neighborhood, then I'm going around, you know, walking to the lake and all that. It gets kind of redundant if you're doing it every single day, or multiple times a week, or multiple times a day. So sometimes I'll see like a nice safe area in a, you know, community or in another neighborhood. I might pass it up and I'll say, oh, you know, I'll come back, I'll walk over there when I walk again this week, you know, just to kind of vary things up, because it can get boring, and then you don't want to get into like a slump or with your workout routine and you end up quitting. So definitely want to vary what you're doing so that you can keep it going. If it starts to get boring, or you feel redundant, or you're like stuck, then change it up, switch it up. Don't be afraid to change. It doesn't have to be the exact same thing all the time. As long as you're getting it in, then that definitely counts. Okay, dolls, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you have some tips or tricks, please be sure to leave them down below. I love to read you dolls' comments, to respond back. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so that you're locked into the channel. And I will see you dolls in the next one. Bye.